The Sears in Medford is closing its doors for good. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Leah Thompson. 80 stores total are closing. Thursday, the company told those 80 store workers that their stores would be closing and that they wouldn't have a job. The Medford store permanently closes its doors on March 23rd of the new year. The company says that liquidation sales begin in the next 2 weeks. The overall company is in serious financial trouble and needed a buyer by yesterday to save the remaining stores. The Kmart in Coralville is also on the list of stores that are closing. One driver is lucky to be alive after a rollover crash at the base of Hayes Hill. Take a look at this crash. Rural Metro Fire shared these photos to their Facebook page. The driver safely got herself out of the car, but she is currently in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. This crash is under investigation. Police in Grants Pass need your help looking for a group of young men they believed attacked a homeless man. Police say the assault happened Thursday night. The call claimed 7 people had attacked a man at Riverside Park. The victim is 53-year-old Jerry August. He was taken to the hospital with a broken arm and a cut on his face. The Grants Pass Department of Public Safety is looking for any information on the teens involved. Call the number on your screen if you have any information. Right now, Jackson County is under a yellow alert after an increase in opioid overdoses. The Health and Human Services Office says hospitals are reporting an elevated level of overdoses the last month. No one has died from these drugs, but people should be aware of the situation. The health department recommends getting a prescription for naloxone if you or someone you know suffers from an opioid addiction. You can buy that drug at any of the pharmacies, and it helps reverse an opioid overdose. The number of children dying from opioid poisonings has nearly tripled in the last decade. A new study from the medical journal JAMA showed 9,000 pediatric deaths between 1999 and 2016. A majority of them were accidents, and many of them happened at home. According to the CDC, more than 70,000 people died of a drug overdose last year, and most of them were from opioids. Now, medical patients can buy 8 ounces of cannabis when they go to a dispensary, and cannabis can also be delivered. These new changes come from the OLCC. Before, medical patients could only buy an ounce of cannabis. And if you're a medical patient that uses cannabis every day, you're going to need a supply of it. The other big change that comes from the OLCC is delivering. Dispensaries can now deliver to medical patients across the state. So that means a dispensary in Medford can deliver to Grants Pass or Klamath Falls if they wanted to.
For a medical patient to be able to make their own topicals, make their own edibles, I mean, it gets expensive. If this is your daily chronic pain type of medication, then, the costs add up pretty fast.
With legal cannabis still being fairly new, the OLCC will continue to change and morph the rules. And if you look at your screen, here are some of the changes by the OLCC. These include increasing the limit of medical patients' purchases to 8 ounces per day, and clearing up that a retailer can only sell a customer 5 grams of inhalant per day. And again, allowing retailers to apply for the ability to deliver to patients and caregivers. Right now, a suspect is arrested for the killing of a California police officer. Multiple law enforcement agencies found the suspect, and he's being held without bond. The manhunt for him started earlier this week.